Hi, and welcome to our Lent Roundup for 2023.
Today we're going over all of the books that we're going to be reading this Lent, and we're also going to be drawing the giveaway winner for our giveaway of the book, the TimeOut Papers. So let's get started.
All right, we are going to start off with a meme today because you know we love our memes, and we also know that Lent is coming. It's not here yet, but it's out there.
It's sort of lurking in the shadows. It's haunting us. We know it's gonna come, but some humor never hurts anything.
Okay, so moving on to the books, we have 5 books that we are reading this year for Lent, and I have to say it was really hard to narrow it down to only 5 because there are so many great options out there.
But one of our goals this year is to be more intentional with our TBR books. So we managed to narrow it down, and all 5 of these we are quite excited for.
Okay, and the first one is this one called The Characters of the Crucifixion by Joseph Fitchner, which I hope I'm saying his name right. It's similar in scope to The Characters of the Passion by Fulton Sheen, which we have read many times. So this year we're taking a break from Fulton Sheen and we're trying something new, shaking it up a little bit, new author, new perspective.
So the character list in this book is bigger. So of course you get the traditional Peter, Judas, Pilate, the gang, but you also get the perspectives of people like Mary Magdalene or Simon the Cyrene.
Also you hear from Salome, who is the mother of James and John. You hear from the 2 thieves and also the women of Jerusalem. So definitely a lot more people involved in this one.
Yeah, there's definitely a broader scope, but this book still manages to be pretty short, interestingly enough. And each character gets like a page or 2, and they also get what the author calls a reflection prayer, which looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, so again, this is one that we're really excited to read.
The next book is one that we had a chance to preview last fall, and now we get to revisit. And that is Ashes, Visible and Invisible, which is a collection of Lent-themed short stories from the authors over at Catholic Teen Books.
So we really love these short story anthologies from Catholic Teen Books. They all have a specific theme like Lent or St. Patrick's Day. And if you're not familiar with how these anthologies work, the authors often take characters that they've already written about in other books and just create new stories for them to go in the anthology. So that's a lot of fun.
So it's kind of like revisiting old friends each time. And Ashes just came out a couple of days ago, and we're anxiously awaiting our copy to come in the mail.
We are. As Kate mentioned, we had a sneak peek of it last fall, and we were hooked right from the very beginning. The very first story is about a teenager who is going through RCIA. So that gave us a lot of new perspective on what that must be like. I mean, you have to be pretty brave and committed to go through RCIA as a teenager or an adult.
And we also appreciate just how the books address all sorts of different situations that teenagers face today. You could easily hand this off to your teenagers to read during Lent, or even make it a family read aloud.
Then next up we have this book, What Jesus Saw from the Cross, written by a priest who lived in the Holy Land for many years. I'm not going to attempt to say his name. Well, maybe I will. Sertalanges? I don't know. Anyway, this one focuses on the life of Jesus with particular emphasis on the events of Holy Week.
And from what we understand about this book, the author puts in a lot of historical detail about the Holy Land and about the Jewish customs of the time. So we both really enjoyed the Bible in a Year with Father Mike here. So we feel like this is very timely, and all that detail will fit in nicely with that. So again, we're very excited about this one.
And then to mix things up just a little bit, we're going to throw in some historical fiction with this book, Awakening by Claudia McAdam, which is a time travel fiction book set again during Holy Week.
So this follows a modern teenager, Ronnie, who is transported back to Jerusalem right in time for the Passion. And since she is a time traveler, she obviously knows what's going to happen to Jesus. But no one will listen to her. No one will listen to her warnings. So this one seems very, very interesting, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so now we're on to number 5, last but not least, and that is our Lenten devotional book, and that is The Little Way of Lent, Meditations in the Spirit of Saint Therese of Lisieux by Father Gary Castor.
So you all know how much we love Saint Therese here, so this one definitely caught our eye. And it just gives you little ways that you can connect with God more during Lent. A lot of reviewers on Amazon absolutely loved it, and they say they're going to keep reading it throughout the year. So of course, we had to check it out and give it a go.
Okay, so those are the primary 5 books that we'll be reading, but each year during Lent, we always make an effort to pray the Stations of the Cross more often, and last year we did a whole video about our favorite reflection books for that. So this year, we're excited to bring back one of those books. It was new to us last year, but we quickly fell in love with it, and it's this one, Stations of the Cross for Kids by Regina Doman.
So this one is very interactive, definitely good for kids, but we love it also. It has all kinds of good information in it. It has prayers and reflections, verses from the Stabat Mater, all kinds of good stuff. And we did a more in-depth review of it in that Stations of the Cross video, so we'll have that linked for you.
This year we're adding a new book to our Stations of the Cross book collection, and it's this one from Ascension Press called The Way of the Cross, Praying the Psalms with Jesus. Ever since I did Bible in a Year for the first time with Father Mike, I have felt really drawn to and fascinated by the Psalms, so I'm really looking forward to getting this book. It's on the way here. It's in the mail, but it's not here yet.
And each station has a reading from scripture, a brief meditation, and then also a psalm to pray with Christ.
So you are going along and you're walking the way of the cross with Jesus. And so you're not just meditating at each station on what happened, you're also praying with him the very prayers that he might have said along the way. So how cool is that? I can't wait to get my hands on this book, and I'll put a link to it down in the description box in case you're interested in checking it out.
So then, of course, we have to have at least one book that has sacred art in it. So, and no, don't worry, this year it is not Sister Wendy.
We are on a break from Sister Wendy. So instead, we're checking out a new to us book called Treasury of Easter Celebrations. And this one explores the different traditions of Lent and Easter around the world.
And this one has beautiful pieces of art for both Lent and for Easter. So we're going to start this one like the Monday before Ash Wednesday and then continue it through the Easter season.
Yeah, it has a section in it called A Time of Preparation that talks about the traditions of feasting and fasting all over the world. And then it moves right into Mardi Gras or Fat Tuesday.
And it has a lot in it. It has beautiful pictures from the Holy Land. It has essays, hymns, poetry, reflections. It even has recipes. So this is another one that we're definitely looking forward to getting into.
We are also going to be looking at different works of art from this book called The Portrait of Jesus. The dust cover has definitely seen better days, but it has different works of art and then reflections and poetry to go along with it. But check out this beautiful picture of the Last Supper, which I had never seen before until we ran across this book. And I have already read the reflection that goes along with this painting, and it is very powerful.
And the original of that painting is actually in color. So we found a website that shows the painting in its full glory and even allows you to zoom in to see all the details. So we thought that was fun, and we'll have it linked down below for you.
Okay, and then lastly, we are going to show you our backup book for Lent in case some of the others don't pan out. We've had that happen before, so we have a reserve player.
And that is Slug Grip Instructs, which is the sequel to The Gargoyle Code, which we read last year for Lent and very much enjoyed.
So this one is in the same strain as The Gargoyle Code, and it's meant to be read during Lent, and we would love to read it, but again, we're trying to keep it real. We're trying to keep our to-be-read pile under control. So this one is our backup plan, but I don't know, maybe if one of us is feeling extra ambitious, we'll go ahead and read it during Lent.
All right, so now we're going to draw the giveaway winner for our giveaway from our 3 Great Books for Catholic Families video for this book, the TimeOut Papers.
So this is a book that we feel like could be really helpful for families with younger kids. So it has different reflections and Bible verses and helpful things you can say for kids who have committed crimes like tattling or calling names. I think this is such a great book. We're excited to give away a copy of it.
So if you left us a comment on that video, then we put your name into the giveaway mug and we're gonna draw the winner.
Yeah, and we also have your name in here if you left us a message on email, because I know some of you had trouble commenting on the post. Don't worry, you are in here. So Kate's going to pick it.
I think I picked the last one. All
right, who out there is feeling lucky? Okay, let's see. We'll see. Okay, here is somebody's name. The lucky winner is Leda L. Okay, so Leda L, you are our lucky winner. If you want to go ahead and send us an email, we have our address in the description box, and we'll get this one in the mail for you.
All right, so that was a look at all the books that we're going to be reading this Lent.
Let us know down in the comments if you are reading anything that you're really excited about, because we would love to hear about it.
So we hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.